What's up, YouTube? I'm doing this video because I felt like I should share these. It's my first attempt at a scratch build. Made a trade with a fellow collector. He's going to customize a few castings for me. So I'm going to build him a diorama. So this is the building portion of it. He's going to take this one, the flat top. I'm going to keep this one for a future layout. Honestly, these were basically just practice runs, because you can get these plastic sheets at Hobby Lobby. I think they're like 8.5 by 12 or 13 inches, and it's about 7 mil, I think it is. It's like $5.99 for the 2 sheets. You can use your 40% off. But I built both of these with 2 sheets, and I had quite a bit left over. Not enough to do another building, but you do have to detail the bricks. So the sheet is all this color. So you have the bricks molded, but you have to detail the bricks. You have to do the mortar and anything you want on top. So anyways, I did that, and then I made all the templates out of paper here. And then I just, the building is 4 walls. So this is the front wall with the garage door. And then I have the side wall, both side walls, and then the back walls. And these are the 2 that I came up with. And I like it. There's a lot of stuff you can do. Like if you want to do a 2-story building, you could build it in such a way that you would have a 2-story building. So that's all it really is. Obviously, I've got a long way to go. This is basically just a mock-up. Like, that's not on. The door is glued on. I made that and glued it on. Carved the little handle. So what I did for the awning and the roofs, as well as the base, this is just foam board. And then the roof is, this roof is foam board with these little craft sticks from Walmart. So that's how that came out. Obviously I need to add stuff up here, like, I don't know, some exhaust vents, maybe a air conditioning unit, or whatever your heart desires. But what I did after I cut the walls out, I framed them with the craft sticks to give the building rigidity, and I framed it to the wall panel to allow myself to get better corners. And some corners are good, like this one. Others are not great. And then once you frame it out, I just painted the inside. which it's not a great paint job, but I'm going for, 1940s building. So having little cracks up there in the ceiling and just a faded antique white color, and then having that wall not even finished, I think looks pretty good. The door on the inside looks pretty bad, so I'll probably have to paint that, because I imagine there probably will be photos. It's also set up that so that if he wants to add lighting, he can do that. But that's really it. That's, like I said, that's my first attempt. And I have to tell you guys, I don't think it's a great result, but I don't think it's a terrible result. But the thing is to buy these buildings is so expensive. And these buildings cost me, I think, $7. And then, a couple hours of my time. But, building this stuff is the therapy. That's where the fun is at. So anyway, so I got his building done. So now I'm going to start on his layout, which probably, let's see here. This thing is 6 inches by, so I'm going to shoot for like a 12 by 8, 12 by 10. I'm going to try to get as close to a square foot as I can. I just have to be conscientious of the size of it, because I have to ship this to him, and that's going to be a whole other issue, how to pack it, because there's going to be trees, there's going to be fencing, there's going to be power lines, and I want this to be a nice little layout for him, because I know the cars that I'm going to get are going to be really nice. So I told him that there's a really good chance that there's going to be some assembly required. He's probably going to have to make a couple trees. I'll send him all the material. He's definitely going to have to install the trees. And he's probably going to have to install the power lines. But the cool thing about the building is that he can do whatever he wants to it. So if he doesn't like the color, he can paint it. It has a little bit of a weathering effect to it, which is basically just the way that I detailed the mortar. You can see you have spots up there, a lot of unevenness, which is what I was going for. Then you have other spots like down here that are real heavy. Actually, I guess that would be more on this one. But he can do whatever he wants. He could paint it. I know for sure part of this will be painted, because this dude is an artist. And if you guys are on Instagram, it's 100 little cars. So I'm sure now that you know who it is, he does really good stuff. So yeah, he'll have to glue that on. I'm not gonna permanently fasten this. He can do that if he wants. I'm gonna leave it removable so that if he wants to add lighting, he can do that, or if he wants to paint it, he can paint it. But I will build a lot, a little car lot or parking lot for the building. But I just wanted to show this because it's my first attempt and I'm really happy with the results because, like I said, to buy these buildings is so expensive. But they make a huge difference on a layout. Layouts that have structures, in my opinion, look so much better than layouts that don't. So, the fact that I can now do this, and there, like I said, there's so many ways you could do it. You know, you could do 2-story buildings, you could do L-shaped buildings, gas stations. Like if I wanted to make this a gas station, I would have just done the roof wider to hang over so far here, put a couple of gas pumps there. I would have cut out some windows, which I kind of wish I had done in this anyways, because windows aren't that hard to make. You just cut it out and then you take your blister pack from the green light car that you just cracked open and you cut it out, and that's your window. So really you just have to detail the sill and the framing of the window, which I don't think that's too hard depending on the level of detail that you're trying to get. There's a lot of things that he can do. Here's a piece of the foam board. If he wanted to make a sign, he could make a sign, no problem. He could print out whatever sign or graphic he wants. So highly customizable. You can paint one of these and the brick pattern will still show because it's 3-dimensional, and a lot of old buildings are painted bricks, so it would be historically accurate. So that's a cool option. So really for me, it's just going to be about getting the lot right. And that is where I'm in my comfort zone. Building these buildings is way out of my comfort zone. I'm I'm surprised that he was willing to make the trade with me. Maybe he just, I don't know, thought that I could do it or what, but I was thinking I might have to buy a building to do it, but I thought before I do that, I'll try making one, because I've been wanting to do this anyways, because it can save a lot of money. Now, with the layouts, with each one that I've done, they've gotten progressively better in detail. And so hopefully that same thing will happen with the buildings. So I'm pretty pleased with the results. I didn't draw up any plans or anything like that. I just did templates for the walls. Everything else, the roofs were both freestyled. I did Google some photos of some old buildings, and I kind of used some of those as references. So anyways, just wanted to show you guys that there will be a diorama to come. Not sure when I'm going to start it. Hopefully this weekend. But yeah, so there's that. And of course, we have to look at a few cars. I'm not going to look at too many cars though. So this is a very early green light Motor World. Olds 442. I think this was a high-speed casting, because the the 442 tooling that they use today is totally different. I think it's even a different year. I like this one better, if I'm honest. I think this is a better tooling. How about this? I don't remember if I showed this recently or not, but this is another very old, very early Greenlight Motor World casting. This was for sure a high-speed tooling. And it doesn't say what it is, but it's a Jaguar. I don't know the model. But this car here now belongs to Champion DJK, as we just made a trade. I think he'll really like this car. If you're wondering why I'm talking quietly, I have some family in town, so I'm trying not to be too loud. But yeah, this is nice. Nice lens headlights, lens tail lights, prototypical wheels, rubber tires with tread. It's a nice car. Nice roller. Alright. So we have this. It's a Mazda. Mazda Luce. Nice suspension. Really nice. Transparent lens headlights. Really nice prototypical wheels. That's some great detail on that car. I love this car. Next up, we have the Toyota Crown. This is one of my favorites as far as Konami goes. That is a cool looking car. This one is in great shape too. This is one of the few Konamis that I have that I cracked open. Pretty tough to find factory sealed Konami. Look at that. Awesome car. Great view. Great angle. That car is pretty proper. The rear quarter angle here. What's that? Another great angle. Alright, one more car, then we'll call it a night. This will probably be your all's favorite. From Konami. $1985. Honda Prelude. This is from the Konami cars of the 80s. Not quite as nice as the Tomica Limited Vintage, but was the nicest Prelude up until TLV did theirs. And still a very, very nice little casting. The Bronco. Man, I wish I had a building like this to use on this layout. Even just having these setting on top of the layout, they just add so much to it. But oh well, it'll be fun to build a new one. And the thing is, I'm actually going to build two simultaneously, because I'm going to build 100 little cars, his layout with this building, and I'm going to build myself a layout with that building. And for my layout, I will probably also use the car dealership building that I've got. It's not going to be a lot of this type of stuff. It's going to be mostly parking lot type of stuff. So, alright, well, thanks everyone for checking out the video. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. And I will be back either tomorrow night or Saturday night, depending on whether or not my package shows up tomorrow or Saturday. But I'll talk to you all then.